Free socks.
Put the needle on the record.
Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win. Oh! It's good! Off the window! R.J. Barrett wins it for the Knicks!
All right, everyone, sit back and get ready because you know what time it is. It's for New York Knicks 3 and D. Oh, we're going to talk everything New York Knicks basketball because we got a lot to talk about. We got Mitchie the Kid and the problems that he's having, or not the problems he's having, the problem that he's now out for the season. Dun, dun, dun. But the New York Knicks, if we want to go, before we head out and talk about Mitchie the Kid, I want to talk about the New York Knicks that have been rolling a little bit. They had a very good West Coast trip. Better than expected. Of course, they beat the Raptors, dropped the heartbreaker to the Jazz, crushed the Suns, got crushed then by the Clippers, but then went out and beat the Lakers and just took out the vaunted Nets, the 121-102. It's you know what? If you want to take a look at the facts, some of the issues that we've been having in reference to staying healthy, especially at the center position, you're going to look at this trip and say, you know what, this was a good team. The Knicks may be a good team. The Knicks have started to beat opponents that should, on paper, they should not beat, or the opponents that should be better than the Knicks. But the Knicks right now are sitting at 6-11 after that 121-102 against Brooklyn. Brooklyn's not the team it was a couple years ago, but the Knicks took care of business. And like I said, you look at some of those wins, you look at that. You look at the Suns win, you look at the Lakers win. And then you look at the Nets win. You know, you got 3 wins in the last 4 games. Yeah, we got to go up against the Bucks on a back-to-back on Saturday. We're going to play them at 12:30. Then we're also playing them again on Christmas Day at 12 p.m. So that's going to be an interesting test for this Knicks team. But I mean, for all the bluster and all the issues that people have had with Julius Randle is a guy that has really stepped up his game, has really shown that he has become, and it may just be for a short period of time, but he has become that leader. He has become, you could say, a 1B to Jalen Brunson's 1A. You know, he is filling into that Robin role. You know, maybe he's even filling into a 1A superhero role, because right now, without his playing, what he has been doing on the court, we would not be where we're at right now. But of course, the biggest issue is we're going to have right now is that Mitchell Robinson is going to miss the entire season, the remainder of the season, with the ankle injury. It's just one of these things. Mitchell Robinson, he's frustrating. He's truly frustrating because he starts playing well. You know, he's cleaning up the offensive boards. He's got career highs in rebounding, and all, like I said, and also offensive rebounding. He's only averaged 6.2 points a game, but he's got the 10.3 boards, a 1.5 steals, and 1.3 blocks. And he's shooting 59.2% from the field. So he's been doing everything at 25 years old that we've asked his 36th overall pick in 2018 to do going into his 6th season. The only thing he can't do is stay healthy. Now, I've said it before, I am a big fan of... I'm a big fan of Lurch, Mr. Lurch, also known as Hartenstein. I'm a big fan of him. I was very excited when the Knicks signed him, but he's going to be probably your starting center for the remainder of the season. I know Jericho Sims has been out with an injury as well, but Hartenstein, he had a good game the other day. He did grab 10 boards, but the only problem is he's not going to give you any points. He had 2 points and 10 rebounds against the Nets. He's just not going to give you any type of offensive continuity in the middle of that floor, which is fine, which I'm fine with, as long as he's cleaning the board, as long as he's doing what he needs to do for the offensive rebound, as long as he's helped getting that ball and kicking it back out to Brunson. But a combination of Sims and Hartenstein, it just doesn't, and Mr. Gibson, of course, just doesn't fill my heart with Christmas glee and joy. You have Thibodeau coming up saying, you know what, maybe I'm going to have to go with a smaller lineup. Maybe I'm even going to have to put the likes of Julius Randle and Josh Hart in the center position. Maybe we're going to have to run some people off the floor. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that working out well for the Knicks. I mean, I think the Knicks can get through what they need to do for the next, I would say, for the remainder of the season. I think they can still fit into that 5th seed. The Knicks are also just reading now that the Knicks are saying that Jericho Sims is going to be Hankel is going to be reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. So it is going to be Hartenstein and Gibson as the only healthy centers at the moment. The Knicks also have applied for the NBA's disabled player exception, which is worth $7.6 million for a franchise prospect center, Mitchell Robinson, who will miss, of course, the remainder of the season. That comes from The Athletic. I mean, is there someone? I mean, you still have Nerlens Noel out there you could pick up, who was also a former Knick. You have a couple guys on the trade market you can get, but I don't think you want to break up the continuity of this team right now by making some type of emergency trade to fill the center position. I think the Knicks, like I said, the Knicks, what they need to do is they're going. I get worried about going up with teams such as the Boston Celtics, who are just going to pound the rock inside. And that's what they're going to do. That's how they're going to play the Knicks, because the Knicks just don't have that size and strength, in the middle. And it's going to be interesting to see how, like I said, how Thibodeau really works with this lineup, because I just don't see it. I mean, I wish I could see it. I wish I could see a way that the Knicks could progress into the playoffs. They could, at this way, their way this team is constructed with all these guards and not enough people in the power forward positions or even the center position. I just don't see how they can compete outside of the first round. Now, that's not a slight against the Knicks. This is the way this roster has been constructed. This is the way it's going to be built. But going out and getting a Donovan Mitchell is not going to help you any, because it's not going to address the problems that you have. And I'm just curious to see what the Knicks do in regards to, if they do use that exemption, how they can go about getting somebody. I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited to see what goes on with the remainder of the season. I'm a little concerned about RJ Barrett right now, who still seems to have not recovered from the effects of those migraines. He's had numerous bad shooting nights the last 3 weeks. Dante DiVincenzo came up like 7 up again against the Nets with his big 23 points and 8 rebounds and 1 assist. After he's moved in the starting lineup, he's finding a little bit of a role for himself. But like I said, we're going to have to rely on the likes of Josh Hart, who last night had 13 boards, 3 assists, and 10 points. So we're going to have to follow that. And you know what? That Emmanuel Quickley's making the Knicks look a little bit foolish, that maybe they should have signed him for the $25 million after his 19-point performance yesterday and his 2 assists. We have to do an Obi Toppin watch real quick. Obi Toppin's watch has stats have been sinking like the Titanic. And it's nothing against him. He just can't play defense. And Indiana has been in a number of shootouts, and they've noticed something very interesting, that when Obi's on the floor, the opponents seem. I like it when Obi's on the floor, the opponents seem to score. And I think that's what they're looking at right now, because I go back to that Boston Celtics game in the in-season tournament where Obi did not play the entire fourth quarter because, like I said, he just has no defensive skills. He's going to give you that offense. He's going to give you that Vinnie Johnson of the 80s and the 90s, Detroit Pistons. He's going to give you that instant offense off the bench, but you put him in for an extended period of time, the league is going to eat him up. Offensively. So we got to watch out for that as well. We may have a video, coming up in a few days as well. Might do one after the December 23rd game. We're going to have to wait and see. But again, this is Tim. This is New York Knicks 3-D, and I'm out of here.